In the previous session, we have seen how for a multi-port network, S matrix, the scattering matrix is represented. So this is a multi-port network. A quick recall, let's have. We have a source port. We have the first port, second port, likewise n number of ports. So in order to derive the equation, what we did, we took the combinations. First combination was ith port and the first port. Then second combination, ith port and second port. Likewise, we have taken many combinations, and for each combination, we have seen what is the reflection coefficient. For first combination, the reflection coefficient was SI1, and the reflection, okay, reflected wave, which is B1 for first combination, B1 is equal to SI1 into A1. Similarly, for second, third, fourth, we can have for different combinations, different reflected waves. So if we take the total overall reflections, BI, which is the sum of all, and I is any number from 1 to n. So if I just keep on substituting this I value from 1 to n, I will get these list of equations. So what all left hand side I have, let me just collectively put it in the form of a column matrix. These equations I can find by just using this matrix form also. We have a product here, we have a sum here. So two matrices I can have the multiplication. One is for S, one is for A. So one is for S, collectively write all the coefficients, S values, and one more column matrix is A. You can just try multiply row and column, you will get B1 is equal to 1 equation, which is equal to this. Okay, we will get these equations back if you just expand this matrices. In generally, B is equal to S into A. So we have seen this much. In today's session, as I had already told you in the earlier sessions, we have to have one derivation, a small derivation on symmetricity and reciprocity. Let's see that today. Symmetrical Z and Y matrices for a reciprocal network. So hope you have tried to find out what is the meaning of a symmetrical network and what is the meaning of a reciprocal network. Can I get the answer? Reciprocate is a very common word which is known to you and you use it in your day-to-day lives. So let me take one simple example. If you wish, at the early morning when you come to the classes, college ko aake aap, you start, wishing each other either good morning or salam or namaste. You wish your friends. So in return, what they do, even they'll reciprocate, right? In the same manner. Okay, Sana has answered. You're right, Sana. It doesn't depend on the direction of propagation. Very good. So exactly it is correct. So reciprocate means you have to return back with the same effect. Okay. Generally, sometimes you use wish you the same, right? Congratulations, wish you the same. So that is what reciprocate means. So in same thing in return. The meaning is if you have a network with you, if you have a network, assume some network you have, you are applying the input here. We call generally in technical terms input as excitation. Okay, excitation, and output as response. Okay, if you give the excitation in this port and see the response at this port, you will get some characteristics for a network, right? You get some, you have some analysis, maybe some output, maybe some parameters, terms you identify. Now, when your ports get exchanged, when you give the excitation at this port, and if you observe the output, that is response here, the characteristics will remain the same. जो भी आपने first time में analyze किया था circuit को, the the characteristics of the circuit will remain the same if you exchange. That is the meaning of reciprocal network. Okay, and the meaning of symmetry, symmetrical means if you look at this side, from looking from this end, the circuit, how it looks, looking at this end also, the circuit looks the same. That's why generally even in matrices also, I think if you use this term suffix a11 is equal to a22, the diagonal elements what you take, so they are symmetrical. So if you look from this end circuit, how it looks, looking at from the other end, the circuit looks the same. That is the meaning of symmetrical. And about the reciprocal, just now I explained you with these basic terms. Okay, Asana has answered it well, as she said, independent of the direction of propagation. So looking at any of the ends, the characteristics remains the same. Very good. Okay, let us look at this small derivation. For a symmetrical network or for a reciprocal network, in a reciprocal network means jab hum input and output, the ports when we exchange and when we analyze, circuit parameters, the characteristics remains the same. So in such a network, the impedance and the admittance matrices are symmetrical. Means I have to derive this impedance matrix and the admittance matrix, they are symmetrical, they are equal. Okay, I have to derive this. So for this, what I will do, let me consider a multi-port network. Okay, let me consider a multi-port network. You know what is a multi-port network already. Let me just show you the figure. This is your multi-port network wherein you have a junction. Many ports are connected at this junction. Okay, there are n number of ports in general. So if I consider this kind of a network which are having n different ports, let Vn plus indicates incident wave amplitude. So there will be incident wave and there are some reflections. So Vn plus indicates incident wave, and Vn minus, okay, you have a minus, I think it is not visible. Okay, Vn minus indicates a reflected wave amplitude. Vn plus and Vn minus, they indicate the incident wave amplitude and the reflected amplitude, so that, okay, let this total voltage Vn, which is the sum of incident plus reflected wave, let this total voltage will be equal to 0 at all the ports except what we will take, except we will consider 2 ports. Okay, minimum for any analysis we require 2 ports, right? So that's why what we will do, Vn plus indicates incident wave, Vn minus indicates reflected wave, so that the total voltage Vn, which is equal to 0 at all the ports, because all other ports, try to remember, whenever we take pair of ports, at any one instant we take only one line not terminated in the characteristic impedance, ZL not equal to Z0, and all other loads, they are terminated in Z0, right? There will be no reflections in other sides. So what we are taking, let that this total voltage Vn, it is equal to 0 at all the ports except 2 ports. Okay, because for analysis we require 2 ports. One is the ith port, okay, as usual, where we connect the source, except the ith port, and we will consider the field present at the ith port. We have to consider the fields because we are now working at the higher frequencies, microwave frequency networks, wherein we are not simply taking the variables as V and I. We have to consider the electromagnetic waves, incident wave, reflected waves. They'll be having their fields, own fields, while propagating. That's why I will take these, except this value Vn is equal to 0. It holds good for all these n ports except 2 ports. Which are those 2 ports? One is the ith port, okay, where the fields are Ei and Hi, both electromagnetic, right? So Ei and Hi, and there is one more port. I don't know, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to n. Any another port, let me take it as jth port. Okay, instead of taking 1, 2, 3. In general, I will take a pair. One is I, the one more is J. Okay. Even there also what happens? Vn is equal to 0. This holds good for all ports except these two ports. So यहाँ पे Vn equals to 0. This will not hold good. Which are those two ports? One is I and one more in general it is J. Just try to recall this figure. Here we have ith port here. Okay, there is one ith line. We have in general, there are many 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. So what I have taken a pair of ports. Is I, one more. Instead of taking 1, 2, 3 a general number, I have taken J. So what is the condition? This Vn is equal to 0. This is true for all the ports except these two ports, ith port and jth port, where the field values are, for ith port, electric field and magnetic fields are Ei and Hi, and for jth port, the electric and magnetic fields are Ej and Hj. I am making use of these electric and magnetic fields because our variables are the traveling waves, which are having both amplitude and their phase. So they are electromagnetic waves traveling, hence I need to consider the fields. Okay, and I will try to make use of some basics of electromagnetic theory. Okay, try to remember, try to recall, if you remember your Poynting theorem, what your Poynting theorem says. In the 5th module we have seen E cross H ds. If you remember, surface integral, it is nothing but your power density, if you remember. So if I can just take this as we are having these fields Ei, Hi, Ej, Hj, I can somehow make use of this relationship. Okay, this relationship, so that I can get powers. If I have power, I can take P is equal to Vi relationship, and in turn, for either V or I will take this again, Kirchhoff's law, V equal to IR. So I can make use of this, and from this I can get either resistance is nothing but impedance. So either Z or Y. So at the end, I want Z is equal to Y. So that's why I am considering these electromagnetic fields. Hope you understood why I have started my derivation towards the fields concept, because I'm making use of Poynting theorem. Okay, coming to this derivation, what all I have done, I have considered a multi-port network with n number of ports. Vn plus and Vn minus are incident and reflected wave amplitudes. In this, what we have taken, the total voltage Vn, it is equal to, which is sum of both incident and reflected wave. This is equal to 0. For all the ports, we have taken this as 0, except 2 ports for which we are analyzing. And those 2 ports are, one is ith port and one is jth port. And in ith port, the fields considered are Ei and Hi, and for jth port, field considered are Ej and Hj. Okay, this is the initial considerations. Now, what I will do, we have one theorem which probably you have not learned. It is Lorentz reciprocity theorem. Again, it is somewhat related to your Poynting theorem itself. Okay, so this is your reciprocity theorem, which says the surface integral of the difference between these, the cross product. We can see surface integral. Okay, there is a surface integral. There is a difference between what? The cross products of the fields at these ports, it is equal to 0. This is in generally, this is your Lorentz reciprocity theorem. So I can make use of this theorem in my concept again, because I am considering I and J 2 ports. So let me see if I can relate this and go towards the Poynting theorem or not. So what S indicates, it is the surface integral. So why area comes into picture here? Because whenever the electromagnetic fields travel, that is electromagnetic waves travel, propagation takes place where? In the transmission line. So transmission lines obviously will be having certain boundary, right? if I consider a coaxial cable, if I consider any metallic, the what your open wire lines or maybe a waveguide, हर एक का boundary रहेगा. So that boundary I am considering as the area, where S is the total, where S is the closed surface area of the conducting walls enclosing the junction and the ports. So what is this surface area of what I'm talking here? Of the transmission line of a waveguide. Okay. Now this equation 1, this is this holds good for all pair of ports. I have considered for a reference I and J, right? But we have multi ports. So if I take different combinations, next time it may be some other M and N, 1 or 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, any combination. So this equation 1 holds good for all pair of ports, not only I and J. That's why in generally I can write summation 1 to N. And whatever this equation, Lorentz equation is there, that I have E cross, the same thing I have written here. Okay, Lorentz force reciprocity theorem I have written one more time, but including all pair of ports. Okay, and IJ I have not changed. In generally, Tn indicates what? This N, maybe it differs. It is from 1 to N. First time it is 1. So one pair, then second pair, then third pair, like that. For all combinations, we will get this. Okay. But for our condition, what we have considered in a multi-port network, in our consideration, we have multi-port network. But for our consideration, we are considering only I port and J port. And remaining all, we are not bothered about. That's why I don't want this. Only two I and J, Ti and Tj. Only that much is for me, because when I started my derivation, I have considered a multi-port network. In that, I want only a pair of ports, I and J. For that, I am analyzing. So that's why your complete equation, this equation, which holds good for multi-ports, this for my condition, N I will put it as I, and N I will put it as J. So two things I have done. N is equal to I, N is equal to J. Right? Now after this, the pointing theorem comes. You can see this resembles to a pointing theorem. Somewhere I have written just okay, I forgot this, I guess. So what pointing theorem says? The cross product of these fields E cross H is equal to the power. Okay, this is your surface integral ds. So according to this first term is nothing but Pij minus the second term is Pji. According to the pointing theorem, is equal to 0, or Pij is equal to Pji. So this is what we have done. We have arrived at some point where starting from the multi-ports, in multi-ports only two ports I and J we considered. For those two ports, Lorentz reciprocity theorem we took, that is the equation. We took this equation, Lorentz reciprocity equation, which is the surface integral. After this, anyhow, for a multi-port, generally I have to take summation, but for my consideration, only I and J I want. So that's why I have taken integration of Ti and surface integral of Tj. Okay, but however, what is this? From the pointing theorem, this reduces to P, that is power or the power density. This is also power density. Only these subscripts will change, Ij and Gi. Now we have to see what is the meaning of Pij and Pji. Pij indicates power at the reference plane I due to the input voltage at plane J. So out of these two, the first value indicates आप power कहाँ measure कर रहे हो, that may be output kind of plane. Okay, जहाँ पे आपको power measure करना है. And the second subscript indicates आप कहाँ पे input voltage apply कर रहे हो. First subscript, power where you measure, and second subscript indicates where you are applying the input voltage. Here also see power measured is at the jth port. Input आप कहाँ apply कर रहे हो? ith port. Okay. So coming to this, as I told you, P equal to VI we can make use of, because finally what I want Z is equal to Y. Symmetricity, admittance and impedance both are equal. So let me just use this Pij is equal to Pji. Instead of that, what I can write, P equals to Vi. I have written P equals to Vi. Okay. V is applied voltage, where we are applying. Let me write here. Every time I cannot scroll. Pij, Pji. Okay. From this equation we have substituted. Okay. What this I indicates? This is the reference applied. The input voltage applied. Sorry, not input voltage. This is power measured. Okay, and this indicates your input voltage. कहाँ पे आप apply कर रहे हो? So I have to take, I think, ये जो है यहाँ पे आएगा. Okay, मैंने exchange कर लिया है. Because ideally, if you see, first term is the output power. आप input कहाँ apply कर रहे हो? Jth port पे input apply कर रहे हो. So it should be Vj. Okay, and the current Iji. Because current will be due to the input voltage. Input voltage आप I पे apply कर रहे हो. And similarly, here also J indicates output जहाँ पे आप measure कर रहे हो. And what I indicates आप voltage कहाँ पे apply कर रहे हो. So that is Vi. Vi into Ij. Now further I can write V equals to IR or I into I by Y. I can take I by Y. I into Y, I guess. So equals to R resistance. That is nothing but your impedance, right? Which is equal to I into Z. Okay, V equal to IZ or V equals to I into impedance and admittances are reciprocal. So I by Y. From this, I think what is current I is equal to V into Y. Okay, V into Y. I have multiplied V into Y. So for keeping the first term as it is, instead of current I have written V into Y. Here also V into Y. Now what I can do further, if you simply remove these, okay, these are the brackets which I have put. So it is Vi, you have a Vj, you have Yij, and this is Vj, you have Yji, this is Vi. So this is Vi, Vj cancels, you are left with Yij is equal to Yji, right? So Yij is equal to Yji, and Y and that is Y is admittance and impedance. They are both reciprocals. So you can substitute Y is equal to 1 by Zj is equal to 1 by Zji, or you can take both into the numerators, you will get this, right? So this is your symmetric property. Ij is equal to Gi, 1 1 1 2 2 1 2 2. When you take, what is the meaning of symmetric? 1 1 is equal to 2 2, right? And sample I'm telling you, either you can take Z or yes. 2 1 is equal to 1 2. If you exchange the ports, you will get the same characteristics. For a reciprocal network, admittance and impedance matrices are symmetrical. Ij is equal to Ji. We have derived this. Hopefully you understood this. Only the important thing is Lorentz reciprocity theorem. From that, applying for I and J port, we make use of pointing theorem. From that, power equals to Vi, and in turn I is equal to, we have substituted V into Y. Then finally we get these two. These two are important equations. Okay. Now let me quickly show you one more topic. Let's at least start. As a note I have given you, this may be asked either explain the different losses in terms of S parameters associated with a transmission line. Okay, जो भी losses रहेंगे, you know, some different losses that you have come across is probably attenuation है, then heat loss है, dispersion है, you know, these are all losses only. They are not the good terms. They are what? They are the effects which are unwanted things. So what different losses you come across in a transmission line, you will get many. And can you express these in terms of S parameters? That is the question. So either as a note, I have put the question may be explain the different losses in terms of S parameters, or maybe they'll give you a matrix, okay, numbers, numerical, and they will ask you to find these different losses. So uske liye aapko formula derive karna padega. Once you know the formula, you can substitute and get the answers. This is a junction I have shown you. Just it is the same structure, okay. This one, this is a junction where ith port, first line, second line, third line, n number of lines are, they are joined together. This is a junction. So the same thing I have shown you here in a different manner. You can even draw the same figure, no problem. So this is a junction. In that you can see there is ith port in generally. For this port, okay, this is your reference plane. Incident wave is AI, reflected wave is BI. Now for port 1, where is port 1? Here, okay. Port 1, this is, this is your incident wave A1, this is your reflected wave B1. Now port 2, how I have written, this is your port I in generally, okay. This is your anti-clockwise direction. So 1, 2, maybe in generally I, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to N. You can show any direction, no problem. So these are this is a general junction, multi-port network I have shown you. Now specifically, I need to specify these losses, and I need to derive these losses in terms of S matrix. So in order to get the S matrix, I require a specific, okay, kitne ports hain. That's why example I have taken 2-port network. For a 2-port network, we have to derive the different losses. Okay, first look at the structure. This is your 2-port network. You'll be having 2 planes. This is your first reference plane. For port 1, you are applying the voltage here. Okay, it has certain impedance, input impedance Zi. Incident wave is A1, reflected wave is B1. Now coming to the second port, this is your reference plane. For this plane, this is your incident wave A2, this is your reflected wave B2. Okay, from the reference, on the reference, what is the incident wave, and from that, what is the reflection, you have to see. This is your load impedance. In generally ZL, I have not specified whether it is equal to Z0 or not, but in generally obviously reflections hain, it means that ZL is not terminated in Z0. Otherwise pure absorption hoga, there will be no reflections. Now consider this is your input power applied, voltage applied hai, there is a impedance, you'll get some input power Pi. Okay, for the first reference plane. If this is your incident power, because of the reflections, what will happen? Some power gets reflected. This is your direction PR, PI and PR, and whatever remaining, ये इंसिडेंट हुआ, थोड़ा पार्ट रिफ्लेक्ट हो गया, जो भी बच गया है, that will be transmitted. That is PI minus PR. This is your transmitted power. And coming to the second port, ये जो भी transmitted power है, through the network, it will pass, and you will get the output, say PO. I don't know whether this and this both are same. Obviously they will not be same, because we come across few losses, right? So let's see what different losses we get. Consider a two-port network as shown. There is a relation between incident and reflected wave in terms of scattering coefficients. We have already seen for a two-port network, B1, B2. In general, how it is written? The matrix B is equal to S into A. Okay, so we have a two-port, so two reflections, B1 and B2. We have two incident waves, A1 and A2, and in generally, sorry, let me just write it in matrix form. It will be easy for you to calculate. And this S is two-port hai, so two ports means 2 cross 2. So S11, S12, S21, S22. So this is your matrix. अगर आप इसको multiply करेंगे rows into columns, you will get these two equations. This is for a two-port network, how we get the equations. B1 and B2 is equal to. Now from this, we will go for different losses.